All right, so children, all right, let's continue. Let's begin lesson already. All right, we have a new student, Jacob, with us. All right, Jacob, can you have your face in the video, please? All right, the reason why Nico is not turning on the camera is because the camera got some problem. All right, so if you can turn on your face, or I mean, you can turn on your video, will be good. If you can have the camera facing you, Jacob, all right, that will be marvelous also. All right. Good Claret, nice of you to join us. Yeah, pronounce your name wrongly again. So sorry. All right, so okay, All right, so moving on, children. As I say, right, turn on your video, mute your own microphone. If you have something to say, go to the chat function and you can type whatever you want to say inside there. All right, later I'll be asking you guys to attempt some of the question. You can type your answer into the chat. All right, if you have some very urgent question to ask, you can actually raise your hand and I will give you the permission to unmute yourself. If you need to go to the toilet, just go to the toilet and quickly come back, can? And also be respectful to your students and teachers in class, all right? So that when students are, explaining the working at time, just listen to them, all right? Be respectful, come. So last week, right, we never finished some of this question. Remember the north, south, east, west, all right? Then Nico was telling me about what? Nico was telling me about naughty elephant spray water, all right? So remember your north, south, east, west. The north is pointing upwards. The opposite of north is your south. Towards your right-hand side is your east. Oh, sorry, north, south, east, west. Towards your right-hand side is your east. Towards your left-hand side is your west. Can? Okay. So north, south, east, west. So down here, what do we have? All right, this was last week's homework. This was last week's homework. Right. So this is what I call a 4-point compass. This is what I call a 4-point compass. Can we add in more points to the compass? Yes. All right. So sometimes, right, you can see your teacher adding more points into a compass. All right. To make it a what? To make it a 8-point compass. What? There's 8 points to the compass? Yes. All right. There are 8-point compass. Let's take a look. As you can see, this particular point down here, right? Sorry. This particular point, right? Can you see? Is in between the north and the east. All right, so we call this northeast. All right, this particular point is in between the south and the east. We call it southeast. This particular point is between west and the south. All right, we call it southwest. And this particular point is between the north and the west. We call it northwest. Is that okay? All right, let's take a look at this question. This was the previous week homework. This is week 14, week 14. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Don't worry if you haven't done it. All right, it's last week's work. Stephanie is facing south now. So Stephanie, right, is actually facing down here. So imagine Stephanie is the arrowhead pointing towards south. What happened? She turned 180 degrees anti-clockwise. Remember I told you something about clockwise? Clockwise means going towards like the right-hand side of that. Right? It's like this direction. It's how a clock moves. Anti is the opposite direction. All right. So now Stephanie have to go anti 180. All right. So this portion is a 90. This portion is another 90. Can you see that? So which direction will she be facing? She'll be facing north. Is that okay? All right. It's not that tough, right? It's not that tough. All right. She'll be facing north. Is that okay? All right. And last week I did tell you, angles on a straight line like that represents what? 180 degrees. Do you remember? All right, so easy question like this, children, you're supposed to secure the marks. And let me tell you a secret. These questions, right, some of them will come out during the PSLE. Huh? So easy? Yes. So the PSLE is not made up of very difficult questions only. There are some simple questions. And all these simple questions, you're supposed to secure the marks. All right. All these questions, you're supposed to secure the marks. Come. Peter is facing northwest. Again. North, south, east, west. Naughty elephant spray water. So again, I'm pointing out my 8-point compass. Okay, so this is northeast, this is southeast, this is southwest, and this is northwest. All right, Peter is facing northwest. Okay, so Peter, right, will be facing where? All right, for example, red color is Peter. He's facing northwest. So this is Peter. All right, he's facing northwest. He made a what? He made a 1/4 turn. All right, what's the meaning of 1/4? For example, 1/4, it means what? For example, you got a cake like this, children. All right. You cut it into a quarter. Quarter means what? A quarter actually means 90 degrees. All right. It's actually 1 out of 4 parts, right? Can you see not? This is actually 1 out of 4 parts. All right, so he's making a 90 degrees. So every time you see a word 1/4, it means 90 degrees. Clockwise. Clockwise means towards the right-hand side. All right, how a clock move. This is clockwise. All right, so our dear Peter will be moving from here towards your right-hand side. Can you see that this is like a 90 degrees? Can you see that? All right, so that's called a quarter. So Peter will be facing northeast. Northeast. All right. So for short, you can actually write the alphabet NE, and the system will mark you correct. Can? All right. Once again, right, this is last week work. I'm just doing a follow-up. All right. Moving on. What do you have next? Vicky. Vicky is standing at a point Q in the figure. So Vicky is down here. All right, that's Vicky. Can? Then what happened? She's actually facing the what? She's actually facing the cafe. Facing the cafe means she's actually looking here. Can you see the red color arrow? That's Vicky facing the cafe. She is supposed to turn 135 degrees clockwise. All right, so 135 is what? It's not 180. This is 180. Nope. It's not 90. This is 90. All right, like that is 90. All right, this is 90. So what is 135? 135 is actually in between. Right, it's actually in between 90 and 180. All right, it's actually in between. Can? So what happened? Like that, right? It means 90. All right, and a bit more. This will be 180. Right, but we are not reaching 180. All right, we only reach 135 only. So what will the answer be? She'll be facing the school. Can you see? Is that okay? So down here, she'll be facing the school. All right. Sometimes, right, to make things earlier, right, to make things easier, right, I will always consider this thing as 90. All right. Then I will know that in between, right, in between is a what? 45 degrees. All right. I will always remember this number. It's easier. So the green color is 45. So from the cafe, this green color down here, can you see this green color? It is a 45 degrees. This green color is another 45 degrees. And another green color, can you see not? Is another 45 degrees. And 45 times 3 is actually equal to the 135. Do you know that? You know that? All right. So if you can learn to work with 45, it's easier. Can? So question 10, Vicky, is easy. Okay, question 11. All right, there's one more question. Question after 11, there's question 12 and an extra question. So bear with me. Question 11, you're supposed to look at the diagram. Mark was at position T. So this is Mark. Mark is standing at position T. M for Mark, is that okay? He moved one step north. All right. So again, what is north, south, east, west again? You might want to draw this. Right, north, south. Oh, it's on the right-hand side for me already. Thank you. North, south, east, west. Can you see? All right. So what happened to Mark? Question say that he moved one step towards your north. So Mark moved one step towards your north here. Right, that's north, what? He took 2 steps to the east. 2 steps to the east. Look, east is what? To the right, To the right. 2 steps. 1 step, 2 steps to the east. Oh, he's at V. Then what happened? Then he followed by 2 steps to the south. 2 steps. 1 step, 2 steps to the south, down here. Finally, he moved 4 steps to the west. West means towards the left. So 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. Oh, what happened? At which position did he end up? W lah. Quite easy, right? Yeah, Xander, I saw your answer in the chat. Thank you so much. All right, easy. So this type of question, right, you just got to know where it's north, south, east, west, right? And you must know the angles, which is the 45, which is very useful. And question 12, let's take a look. The square grid shows some places in a neighborhood. Which direction is the gym from the cafe? Look, this is the cafe. In what direction is the gym from the cafe? From the cafe means what? What's the meaning of from the cafe? It means that you are standing at the cafe. All right. It means that you are standing at the cafe. So in the cafe, right? In the cafe, you're supposed to kind of draw your own north, south, east, west. You know that? Right. So this type of statement, be careful. When they say from the cafe, right? From the cafe, or maybe from the school, or from where, all right? The word from, right, means that you have to draw your own north, south, east, west. All right, then it will be simpler. All right, draw your own north, south, east, west at the cafe down there. So in what direction is the gym? The gym is in this direction. Can you see not? The gym is in this direction, which is what? Which is what? Answer is southeast. All right, answer is southeast. Can you understand? All right, or SE. Right, some of you did it the other way. Some of you draw the north, south, east, west at the gym. Then you go and look for the cafe. But no. Question is looking for what? Question is looking from the cafe. All right, so this type of question, please, is important. You must draw the north, south, east, west from the cafe. Can? And part B. Paul was actually, Paul was in the pool facing north. All right, Paul, where's Paul? Paul was in the pool. Ayo. All right, and he's facing north. So down here in the pool, right, I draw the north, south, east, west because he's down there. Right? North, south, east, west. And he's facing what? He's facing north. Means that he's facing up, which is the purple portion. Right, he's facing north. Then what happened? He then turned 360 degrees in a clockwise direction. Oh, what is he facing? All right. So he turned 360, 90, 180, 270, 360. Huh? He's facing back to the mall. Sure. So easy. Yeah. Can you see that or not? All right. So once again, all right, he's facing north. This is the purple arrow. He turned 360 in a clockwise direction. This is 90. This is another 90, which is 180. This is another 90, which is 270. And he turned another 90, which is 360. All right. And he's facing back the mall. All right. Is that okay? Not too difficult, right? All right. Am I going too fast? Right. So this was the worksheet 14 questions. All right. It's not that difficult. Don't worry about it. Can? Okay. There's one extra question at the back. Can you please try and go to the chat and type in the answer? Very simple. Promise. I promise. It's very simple. About pristine. Come. Go to the chat and type in the answer, please. Nicole, you type one time enough already. Don't have to spam me, please. Right, this is not the first time I'm telling you this thing about spamming. Just type one time will do. Thank you, Nicole. Yes, Nicole, your second one is correct. They are looking for alphabet, Jaden. They're looking for alphabet. Arino, can you please try again? Yeah, the reason why I say that is because your answer is wrong. Zender, you're right. Good. Jaden, nope. Try again, please. Agnev, nope. Try again, please. You're supposed to type in the alphabet, not the direction. Like what is like C, D, E, F, G, H. Abil also no. Jacob, are you trying to? Can you go to the chat to type in the answer? Do you know how to type in the answer in the chat, Jacob? Oh, Jacob, I saw your answer. Good, thank you. The hule, good carrot.
Am I correct?
Arino, no. The latest one is no.
Am I correct?
Who say that?
Jaden.
Jaden.
Am I correct?
Okay, wait. There's too many answers coming in. Okay, I'm still waiting for some of the answers.
Is my answer correct?
Okay, let me just go through. All right, let me just go through. Okay, so I can see that some of you are totally confused.